Hey, this is Dan Din going over episode 4 of The Mechanic. In this episode, I'm going to be going over the whole concept of attack moving, aka stutter step. Some people might even call it orb walking. And I'm going to go over the details of how to do it and why and when it is useful. And just to give you a little overview of what it is, attack move is basically moving immediately after you cast an ability or an attack because there's a little bit of cooldown between everything, and really being able to move during that cooldown when you're not able to attack or deal damage allows you to reposition yourself to either get in front of the enemy so they can't run away, or continually move away from the enemy so you can gain distance as you're doing damage. In this clip, I'm going to be demonstrating a very simple or basic attack move strategy. What I always want to do is, as soon as I hit the enemy or my abilities on cooldown, I'm going to close that distance as much as I can. As soon as I take out this tower and wicked, I'm going to go close in on TF, and if you notice, immediately after I stun him, I'm repositioning myself each time to cut off where I think he's going to move to. In this clip, I have Udyr fighting a Jax that's stronger than me if I were to fight him heads up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Tiger and Turtle and Bear to go in and out, deal damage, shield, and stun him. And in between cooldown, I'm constantly moving and running away from him. And after a while, you will notice that he has lost a lot more HP than me. So the basic strategy here is to go in when you have your abilities available, and as soon as they're on cooldown, you reposition yourself to mitigate damage. In this clip, I'm going to be demonstrating the mechanics and strategy behind attack moving using Skarner versus Cho'Gath. So what I want to do now is take a moment, go over exactly how and why attack moving works. So basically every champion in League of Legends has a cooldown on their auto attack, has a cooldown on their abilities, whether it's very short or very long. There's going to be a delay in between each attack that you have or every spell that you cast where you're not going to be dealing damage. So you want to take advantage of that time to reposition yourself and continually do so you can always put yourself in a better position in, say, team fights or in ganks when you're chasing down people. Let's take a look back at the last sequence. If you look at the bottom left hand corner, you see a 1.1 next to a sword. What that means is you do 1.1 attack every second. So if you do the math, you're doing one attack every 0.9 seconds. What that also means is you have 0.9 seconds to reposition yourself in between each hit that you do to an enemy. To put things into perspective, if you look at the bottom left hand corner again, you'll see a 468 right next to the boot. What that means is you can expect to move roughly 468 range in 1 second. So in 0.9 seconds at 468 movement, after factor in diminishing returns, you can expect to gain about 400 range in 0.9 seconds. And if you think about that, right, in between hits, if you can gain the 400 range, it doesn't matter as much for a melee bruiser because your job is to stick to your target and stick slightly in front of your target so they can't run away when you're ganking. But hypothetically, if you imagine yourself as a range AD carry, being able to move that 400 range in between attacks is gonna put you out of danger in a lot of cases. So if we take a look at the last clip again, what I'm doing to Cho'Gath is, as I'm attacking him and slowing him, I'm moving forward and cutting him off, getting in front of him, and at the same time, I'm looking for his skill shots, his silence and his rupture, and dodging that at the same time. And one thing I'm trying to make sure is, as I'm repositioning myself, I can always gain more distance in front of him, but you want to make sure that you don't get too far in front of them so you can't change directions at any time. That is it for my attack move tutorial, and like always, thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, leave in the comment. I usually camp my comments for about a week or two immediately after releasing the videos, just for ideas on what I should do for the next video. And I do realize that almost all my clips are of melee champions because that is my forte. Those are what I play the most in general. And there's specific strategies that are a little different for range ADs, and in the future when I gather clips for those, I can do an additional video on attack move for a range AD carry or range caster series.